Hi, my name is Douglas Cofield, and I'm one of the nursing students, and I'm responding to our case study video presentation for Nursing 4241, which is servant leadership. In the presentation, it posed a question: how might you as a nursing administrator address recruitment and retention strategies in your setting utilizing the several of leadership principles in your readings throughout the course? And so, very good question. One of the things that I wanted to bring forth is that there's a couple of leadership strategies that I would utilize. Some of the principles of servant leadership, when we talked about listening, we talked about being authentic, we talked about persuasion as it relates to servant leadership, and also one of the other leadership methodologies that I would definitely employ is transformational leadership. I know it's not a really good leadership style in sustaining, but as far as addressing recruitment and retention, I think it's a very good way to bring folks in to having a shared vision in regards to the principles of transformational leadership, as well as addressing recruitment and retention strategies. One of the things that I would definitely utilize is using a little bit of the industrial leadership style. I think that one of the benefits in recruitment and retention is also theirs to have incentives for employees for like sign-on bonuses, but also retention bonuses based on seniority. So those two things that I would definitely employ in my strategy in the recruitment and retention efforts of our facility. One of the other things I would utilize is the new mandatory minimum staffing requirement. I'll be honest and upfront that if this is a new requirement, I would definitely address it with staff. And I'll be quite honest with staff in regards to where our organization is in regarding to meeting that mandatory staffing requirement and the threat that it will pose to our organization in case that we have to close units or also close some services. So one of the things I would definitely do is discuss that with the staff and being honest and upfront on how that's going to impact the organization. I will also be transparent about the organization and the possibility, again, of closing the units due to the vacancy rate. So one of the things I would do is share with the staff is our current vacancy rate, but also how it compares to some of the national trends and how that trend and how our current vacancy rate impacts the organization as a whole. But also in that conversation, I will also bring up and ask them and inquire about any barriers that they are facing in regards to being frontline nurses, and try to elicit some of their ideas on recruitment and retention. What can we do to recruit and what can we do to retain nurses? Also, I will interject the organization mission and vision of the company in regards to those things that we value, what we valued of them as an employee, and what value can we bring to the practice of nursing and in the practice of delivering care to our patients. I'll also share with the team the strategies for recruitment, and this will be a great time to allow employees to offer suggestions around recruitment. I will talk about the sign-on bonuses, how they feel about that, and what else can we do to recruit new nurses. I'll also engage them in representing the organization in the recruitment efforts around that as well, like frontline staff going to new nursing graduate sessions and talk about the organization and talk about the benefits of the organization. Also, I will try to elicit feedback from the nurses in regards to retention and what the organization needs to do to retain nurses. I want to be able to identify the barriers. I want to be able to identify strengths, but also note what are the weaknesses, what are some of the opportunities that we have as an organization to retain our current experienced nurses. Also, I will make sure that as a leader, I am rounding and spending the day shadowing with the frontline nurses. In order to pretty much understand what they're facing, you have to walk in their shoes. And so one of the things I would try to do is make sure that I'm there walking in their shoes so I can better understand them when they're describing some of the barriers. And have small wins, set up small wins so we can start removing some of those barriers. Because I think when we are successful with the small wins, that also improves engagement. I'll also make sure that I communicate that I have an open door policy, that you can come and talk to me anytime about any of the ideas around recruitment, retention, or around anything that's impacting you. Not to sabotage the current leader, but to show support. Also, I will utilize the power of persuasion by creating a recruitment team consisting of the frontline nurses. And from a transformational leader standpoint, I will share with the team my passion in regards to the quality care that I would like to see delivered to our patients, and also to make sure that we identify resources that are useful for staff. So those are some of the interventions that I would utilize in regards to addressing the recruitment and retention strategies of our organization. Thank you.